Mage. I am the DM for the game, and I would like to start by introducing my players. First up, I have Azure, played by.
Stormy 2F7, and Azure is a Avenging Paladin.
Excellent. Next up, we have Hob Servo, played by.
Yanaga, and Hobservo is a hobgoblin, of course, and also a abjuration wizard.
Excellent. Then we have Raz, played by.
Will, and Raz is a lore bard.
Good, good.
I guess she's an elf. Maybe half elf, I can't remember.
Half elf. And then we have Sylvia, played by.
A much girlier Cerulean. And Sylvia is a human, let's see. She's got 4 levels of Warlock and 1 level of Sorcerer, and both of them are pretty damn holy.
Excellent. Oh, is that it?
Divine Soul and Celestial Patron.
And last but not least, we have Okoru, a new member to our group, played by.
Jarwolf, and Okuru is a bugbear Kensei monk.
Marvelous. So, some bits of housekeeping to get us started. Everybody chose the extra feat that you get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Any spellcasters have leveled up their cantrips? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope,
Okay.
I'm doing that right now.
Marvelous.
I even posted that in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that you did, but I was running around doing stuff in my apartment. So, anyways, thank you for pointing that out, by the way. I think that's kind of. This is going to be new for Okoru. So when it comes to combat, I mentioned this to you a while ago. I'm going to give you a reminder. Whenever you encounter a monster that you've never seen before, you can roll a knowledge check, and you'll have to check with me for what that knowledge check is. But under your skills, there are 3 checks that I use for monster knowledge: Arcana, Nature, and Religion. It's going to fall under one of those 3 things. And this is a house rule. It's not something that's in the rest of this. Anybody can make these checks. You don't have to be trained in it. And you probably should roll even if you aren't trained in it, because you could always hit a 20 and maybe get a bunch of info for the party. And if you have encountered a monster, but you don't have it, it absolutely memorized, you can ask, and I will remind you of some really important information about it, namely like resistances and immunities. But if it has any like really significant features that are well known about it, like for example, that a basilisk turns people to stone, I will mention that as well. So you won't get all of the info, but you'll get some of the most important information to know when fighting a monster. So with that, I think we're gonna get started. So
He's definitely not lying about that 20, though. We had a dwarf last game who he identified like everything and had no right to be doing.
yeah, and he
Hey,
wasn't
you know,
proficient.
I'm all for rules that cause more rolls of intelligence checks, even though I am a very attractive but very dumb bugbear.
So to begin, the background story for this is that a noble woman has approached each of you individually to hire you for a job. She was trying to assemble a team for some purpose. You all come at the appointed time to the Yawning Portal Inn. Now, the Yawning Portal is a famous feature of the city of Waterdeep, which is the this world's equivalent to New York City in terms of like population and importance and economics. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. The Yawning Portal is located near the eastern slope of Mount Waterdeep. It derives its name from a 40-foot diameter well that descends to the first level of Undermountain. Located in the center of the tap room, the well was once the outer shell of a ancient tower. Its sheer walls are made of old mortared stones, and next to its gaping orifice hangs a winch with a simple rope and pulley mechanism that Durnan, the person who owns the inn, uses to lower adventurers down the shaft and sometimes pull them back up again, hopefully in one piece. Durnan controls the winch himself and will transport only one adventurer at a time. There's some details about descent. Is there
Alex, are
anything-
you literally reading this, or are you doing this on purpose? The gaping hole, the etc. etc.
That is actually here. Actually, wait, is there anything here that you can't know?
Gary Gygax was just into that. Who wouldn't be?
Apparently.
Oh my god, you guys.
Okay, so gaping holes aside, when you arrive, there is a group of adventurers that's being lowered down the well ahead of you, and people in the inn are taking grisly bets, and they're talking about the odds of these people returning alive. 5 gold dragons says that they're back before a 10-day, minus the fighter, the wizard, and the cleric, shouts one woman. And everybody drunkenly laughs and raises their glass. As you come into the inn, there is a horrific smell, and you instinctively sort of scrunch your nose up at it. And Durnan looks up from the bar when he sees new patrons, and he says, "Sorry about that. Don't mind the smell. Had to kill a troll earlier today, and town collections hasn't been by yet for the corpse."
Smells like when Master Coyote takes a bath.
So one by one, you come to the table that is occupied by your employer. Her name is Esvel Rosnar. She's in her mid-30s. She's short, plump, with smooth skin and a wide nose. She keeps her hair in buns with ribbons, one blue, one white, which are her noble house's colors. Um, Once everybody is together, um, she seems very businesslike, but anyone who cares to can roll me an insight check.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's see why not. Yeah. That was terrible.
Wow, Raz. Okay. Um, so she seems very businesslike, but Raz is able to pick up on this fact that she seems to subtly worry her knuckles. Whatever has brought all of you here is of great concern to her. Um, she sort of leans forward onto the table and waves her hand for everybody else to come closer. And she says, "2 days ago, I uncovered a plot by my uncle. Well, let me back up. My house has been struggling for this past generation of people. My father has made many bad business deals and severely depleted resources and local goodwill in the process. I've got a good head for business, and the family has started to recover. And I'm in a place now to lead our house, but my uncle, however, has been working as well, trying to grab the reins of power from me. My deals benefit the people of Waterdeep through needed public works, benefiting us in the process. His deals drag our family name through the mud for money, slavery, bribery, highway robbers, and worse. He's got my brother caught up in his treachery as well. Crescendo has been sent to Skullport to close on a major slave deal to see which of us. Uh, Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Which will see us banished from nobility of Waterdeep and any place the lords of Waterdeep control. I need you to either catch him and bring him home, or at least provide me proof of his location so I can find him myself. Um, I will pay your entry fee into Undermountain if you undertake this quest. It's what you're all here for, so I'm just going to assume a yes. Now, right around the time that she finishes up with the most important details, and before you can say anything, a tall, thin, impeccably dressed man with a pencil mustache and wavy black hair in his late 20s appears and claps Esvel on the back. "Esvel, it's you! I hope you're well. Did your uncle see fit to publish my poem? I'm certain it would make him a hit among his circle, and he could use the social upward mobility." Esvel says, "I don't think a slave for every toe is his favorite piece, Volo." She nods and tries to hide a grin. "But he is a well-known Philistine. Lovely to see you, Volo. I must be going. You look like you have a scheme in your eye, and I'm not sure my reputation can take another hit." She winks at the party. At that point, Volo spins the chair around to face him, and I'm looking for page 8. 10. Here it is. Okay. Volothamp Gedarm is a famous explorer and raconteur. He buys you a round of drinks, and then, after a bit of meandering conversation, he starts on the following tale. Now, this story dates back to the fall of Ilfaern, an elven kingdom of the north. An alabaster throne belonging to Silagath Audark, the last coronial of Ilfaern, disappeared from the capital city of Elven City, I'm not pronouncing that name, where the Mad Mage built his tower and today stands Waterdeep. It's said that a group of dwarves feared the destruction of such a miraculous work of stonecraft and stole the throne right out from under the elves' slender noses. Where the dwarves hid it for so long, who knows? But should you find it in Undermountain, it would please the elves of the north to know that it survives. Simply bring it back to me, and I have been granted the ability to dispense with a substantial reward in the form of a powerful magic weapon. What say you? Will you do it?
Hi, my name's Raz. Nice to meet you.
Oh, yes, introductions! I'm Volo. He shakes her hand vigorously.
Are you what smells like a orc taking a bath?
No, that would be the dead fellow over there, he grins.
Oh,
I was here when he
yep.
came up out of the well. It was quite the adventure. So many people throwing mugs and Jordan trying to beat him down while urging the patrons not to destroy his drinkware. But you should have been here last week. One of the tables was a mimic, and we all had to kill it. It was a good time. Many people nearby laughed.
Drink where you say. I
No,
of
this is
course,
why I don't usually go to this part of town. That's why.
or can't help but I for maybe this guy has a brewer's kit, or Kuru likes to drink.
But my friends, I do have to get going soon. What do you say? Will you look for the throne while you're down there? I have a good feeling about you. You just might have it in you to survive.
You know what? Why the hell not?
I mean, sure.
Wonderful. Now, try to live, and I'll see you all soon, I hope. Hold on a second. I'm just populating something. Let's see here. Raz.
We ain't gonna
And
find no
Sophia.
throne down there.
There we go. Okay.
I'm
S-
very. This has just been a whirlwind of people. People here just in this town are very talkative.
Yeah, again, it's very much a New York City sort of a thing where everybody's got places to be.
Man, they're
So
talkative with you if they think you got something for them. But
exactly.
if you're on the street, you ain't got a single copper to your name, they ain't gonna do jack.
All their money's going to be worth jack shit when they're face to face with an owlbear. I bet none of them with that amount of coin
Mhm.
could lift a single claw in a fight.
So the party has their round of drinks on Volo, and after an hour or two, sort of working up your courage, you tell Durnan that you're ready. One by one, he sends you down in a bucket meant to
Wait,
hold
are
one
we
per.
going to Skullport?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You actually don't know what Skullport is.
Yeah. Question about that. What's
History.
Skullport?
Yeah, let's roll history. A typically shitty roll from me.
One of the few skills I don't have anything on.
Fortunately for all of you, Hob Servo is able to save your bacon.
Can we pause just a second and can you reteach me how to make a roll
Oh
from
yeah,
a
sure, no
skill
problem.
check?
Yeah,
So go to your character sheet, and on the right underneath main is the skills tab.
Yes, I've got that.
To the right of that, it says total, and it'll say like +7 to acrobatics. If you grab that number and then drag it and drop it into the chat, it will roll a skill check.
Hey, I'm kind of smart today.
Indeed, you are. In fact, you're the
I've
only other
gotten
person who knows.
I've gotten lots of sleep having to deal with all these boring people.
Now, if there's any skill checks that you think you might roll commonly, like acrobatics or athletics, you can also put them down in your bar along the bottom of the screen, your quick bar, and just clicking on them will roll the roll for you automatically.
Yes, I have lots of punching down there.
Excellent. So you guys think about it for a bit, and both Okoru and Hobserver are able to recall some information. Skullport is a grim, cutthroat outpost of civilization where adventurers can resupply and take refuge. Yet few souls of the surface world have any clue how to reach this shadowy reflection of Waterdeep, making the any talk of the port of Shadow akin to a rumor or a warning, which is just how its denizens like it. Rumor has it that somewhere just outside of Undermountain, in the Underdark, is Skullport. Now, people know that anyone who's been to Skullport has gotten there through Undermountain somehow, so there must be secret passages or a portal or something that allows access. But as for how you would get there yourself, nobody seems to have a clue.
Master Kaio once told me of this stupid place.
Um,
Did he tell
so
you how to get there?
He gets lost a lot.
there's one last thing that your history check dredged up because Hobservo got a exceptional roll. In thinking about Undermountain as well, Hobservo recalled a little bit of arcane lore. Halaster is an archmage, and one that even the gods are wary of. That's how powerful he is. Now, as a mage of that power, and a mad one at that, Halaster has also spent a substantial amount of time researching and developing Elder Runes. These are symbols of extraordinary magical power, and he's been known to leave them in particular places around the Underdark, or sorry, Undermountain, I should say. Now, these runes have essentially two modes. They have a bane effect, a bad effect, or a boon effect, a good effect. And if you encounter any of these elder runes, you'll know, but if you copy down what the rune is, the spell symbol will allow you to expand the repertoire of what symbol can do to encompass these runes' abilities. Now, Hobservo is also the party's wizard, so he is the person most likely to be able to take advantage of that. I don't remember if sorcerers gain access to the symbol spell, but there are an unknown number of elder runes down in the dungeon, and it's something you should keep an eye out for, assuming any of them don't just destroy you on contact.
Good to
Bard,
know.
cleric, wizard.
I'm gonna check that symbol spell. 7th level abjuration. Bard, cleric, and wizard.
Okay, so the bard will also gain access to it as well, which is perfect.
I
So
can eventually too.
excellent. So we have 3 people capable of learning the spell. Now I've gone ahead and shared the party map. It's going to take a little bit to load and synchronize for everybody. I also shove this over here a little bit. So one by one you're lowered in. It takes a full minute to descend and a full minute to bring the empty bucket back up. So 12 minutes later, everybody is down at the bottom. And this room is a 40-foot square room. Um, you see that the floor has a thin layer of sand covering it. There's a lot of footprints in that sand. Along the wall, there are dented and rusty shields which adorn it. And I think that the rusty shields themselves, yeah, that's about it. You can see that there's an exit out, so unless there's anything here that you would like to investigate, um, there's some mounds of sand and shields and an exit. What will you do?
Or Koru reaches out his lanky claw to the nearest adventurer and says, "For the glory of my gang, Master Kaio instructs me that I should introduce myself. I am Okoru."
Ah, I had assumed introductions had occurred upstairs, but no problem.
Raz, nice to meet you. And Raz is gonna check out the shields. Is there any heraldry on them?
Let's see here. The shields are they're about medium size. They're entirely made of metal. They seem to have been some sort of bronze of some sort. They have a bit of corrosion on them, and it doesn't look like they've been moved in a really, really long time. You take a moment and just sort of note how many are spaced out on the various walls, and due to some quick math, you come up that there are about 60 of them. But what was it specifically you were looking for?
Heraldry.
No, they're featureless, aside from a spike in the middle that's probably about 2 inches long, conical. Looks like those points you see on bras.
Can I roll investigate anyway?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
Can I as well?
Yeah, anybody else can, and I will.
How does what's it called? Guidance work for something like this? Can I preempt it with guidance or no?
You
Oh,
can
yeah, that's a
preempt
good
it with
point.
guidance. So you'll just basically always have plus a d4 to all of your rolls. Okay. So here, Sylvia was the first person to roll, so I'm just going to go with Sylvia. So you all set out to investigate the shields on the wall. Sylvia reaches over to just sort of pick one up and inspect it, and as soon as you do, the entire thing breaks apart and just falls to pieces. You're left holding two separate unattached pieces of shield in your hand, and the rest of it is at the floor at your feet. Um,
Hmm.
as soon as you touch or disturb any of the other shields in their own way, they just kind of disintegrate. And they were hanging on a piece of wood that had been hammered in at a nexus point between bricks. And so, yeah, so you guys sort of, just kind of push or tap a couple of these shields, they all kind of fall apart. And after investigating for a little bit, you find you've destroyed every shield in the room, but behind one of the shields is a message in Elvish.
Before we keep going, is the wood that was holding up the shields, is it loose enough to pick up?
Oh, yeah, it's about the length of your longest fingertip to the base of your palm.
Okay. I pick up several sticks to put
Okay,
them in my bag.
there you go.
I have wood.
So can
Does anyone
anyone
else
read
speak
this
Elvish?
gobbledygook?
Yes.
Anyone else speak Elvish? No? No?
I guess that's me. Okay. Beyond the pillar farce, the mad mage waits, casting spells behind magic gates.
It's written in blood.
And
Oh,
voila! For my first performance, I made someone else read my native language. Thank you.
you're welcome.
So, also for Brandon's sake, in order to show me where you would like to explore, you just grab your token and then drop it on a square that you can see, and then I will fill in the vision radius from beyond there.
So this is ominous. Shall we?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess we got to.
I like blood.
Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. There's one more important thing that I have to throw in there. Since you guys were doing investigations, I'll get to it in a second. Since you were doing investigations, because of your exceedingly good roll, I'm going to, let me see here. Look what you found. So it seems that on the northern section of the wall, there is a 1 inch diameter hole bored through it at a height of 5 feet, which is just above the shield that was hanging there. On the north side, the other side of that uh, look hole, you were also able to hear a person quietly um, retreating away from the looking hole. So someone has seen you and is retreating away. Um,
Can I use a survival check to track?
well, there's still a wall here,
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, you're aware that there's something on the other side of the wall, um, but you can't actually follow them. Now, since you have this little passage revealed, if the map connects up to it later, then you'll know where that person was, and that's about the best you can hope for right now.
So we
Uh,
can't
uh,
batter down that wall. It's too thick, right?
Correct.
Okoru Okoru tests it with a just a loving punch.
Yeah, that's a solid wall. You didn't hurt yourself, but you could.
Hmm.
So, one of the other things that I had forgotten about, which is important, um, the way that they wrote this, I had always assumed that a high passive perception could simply reveal secret doors. I don't believe that is the case. It's either that or they had intended it to not be the case for this one adventure. So just because you have a high passive perception does not automatically detect secret doors, which is mildly obnoxious because that means if there are secret passages around you, you will need to be rolling as you progress along and letting me know where it is that like you're looking what rooms, what hallways you're looking for traps or secret passages. Okay?
Would would finding a secret door be a perception check then, or would it be an investigation check?
It's going to be perception, but in this particular case, because you guys were investigating the shields, it would have been a hard argument for me to make that you were carefully investigating the shields and what they were hung upon, and yet you missed a 1 inch diameter hole bored into the wall above it, about 2 inches away. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So in this
Mhm.
case, in this case, I piggybacked on another skill, but everything else from here on out is going to be perception. Okay. So move yourself up. And actually, you know what? There's one other brief administrative thing that I want to do. Can everybody pull open the party sheet? It is the upper rightmost button. It has 3 heads and the letter I next to it.
Hmm.
Okay. Once you've gotten there, on the right hand, there should be 3 tabs: main, inventory, and order.
I do not have main.
Yeah, that's something that only you as the DM has.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a tool for me then. Um, Based on this party composition, can you tell me the 2 characters that would be in the front row?
Who looks squishy? Who looks like they're a soppy bag of meat?
I'm pretty
Probably
sure
me.
Apollo and Azure are the front row people.
Okay, so I'm going to put them
Wait,
up
what is
front.
Azure? I can't remember what class he is.
Paladin.
Oh yeah, no, front row, front row.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Wait, Christine, you just you said you
No,
couldn't
I
see
said I
it,
was.
huh?
No, I said I was squishy.
Yeah, but you also told me you couldn't see the part of the marching order and formation.
No, we can't see the main.
Oh, okay, then my mistake. Right, because that's the summary sheet. Sorry about that. So, yes, under order. Here, I'm just going to plop the remaining characters down. Just arrange yourselves in whatever particular order you feel is appropriate. And then I'm just curious, can I do an extra? No, I can't. Okay. And if you're happy with that, just let me know. This is for me mostly, because I want to know um, what your marching order and composite formation will look like. In the event that there is only enough space for a single column formation, I will go left to right. So it would be Okoru, then Azure, then Raz, then Hobservo, and lastly Sylvia. Okay?
All right.
Sylvia, do you want Christine? Do you want me to take the back, or are you okay with taking?
That's actually not a bad idea. Um, yeah, probably gonna get jumped from behind if I'm in the back. Thank you.
Um. So bugbears like to move at stealth. Is there any way that if I'm up front, I could, be more stealthy and peeking around corners and things like that?
Yes, absolutely. So your intent is to serve as the party scout?
Yes.
Okay, then here's what I'm going to be doing. Um, I'm going to grab your character on the map and move you experimentally forward. So I'm going to when you come to a place, I'm going to tell you to roll perception for a room that you're about to enter. And then
Mm,
before I read any descriptions or reveal anything on the map, you're going to roll that check. And then whatever you come up with will partially inform what you see, meaning there's things that are obvious, but if there's anything that stands out to you in a room, perception will reveal that to you as well. Okay?
okay, but the stealth portion, I want to
Oh,
when
then
I'm
roll
looking around corners, I want to be
hiding. Yes.
careful and well hidden.
So roll those rolls for me.
Okay, so roll stealth and then perception.
In either order, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guidance for your stealth.
Okay.
So roll an extra
Roll.
d4. Okay, so you have an 18 for stealth.
And then perception.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm Master Kaio's student.
indeed. Let's see here. I don't need
Hey
12.
guys, it's all clear. The beholder's like, what the fuck?
There are suddenly flies in my stank eyes. Master Kaio's blessed. It said that whenever he flew up into the air, that the flies could not maneuver away from him.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
probably why I had to take so many baths.
Let's see.
He didn't take very many baths. That's what's so alluring about him.
Ew.
All right.
And
Okay, so
perception for the hallway. Nothing in there. Or do I have to?
no, I'm on it. I was trying to. I see how they did this. Okay, so you end up going down the hallway. There isn't much of note there. So when you come to the southern portion of this next hallway, at the west end of this 20-foot wide hall, stairs descend 10 feet to another room lined with pillars. Um, and I'll get to those when you get closer. Now the
How
hall
how high is the ceiling here?
that's a wonderful point. For every single section of the dungeon, whatever room you are in, the
Mhm.
ceiling, unless otherwise stated, is assumed to be as high as the room is long. So in this particular case, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So measuring up to the stairs, there's an 85-foot high ceiling here. Now, actually, you know what? Let me use a moment to just briefly tell you about the dungeon, because there are some dungeon features that you should be aware of. Um, Uh, where was that exact list? Ah,
Yeah,
um,
is this just like solid granite and like pillars all around, or
I'm
is
about
there?
to say.
Great.
So, since creatures originally carved out since the creature that originally carved out Undermountain had dark vision, and Halaster lights his way by using magic, areas of the dungeon are unlit unless otherwise noted. Now, the bugbear, I believe, has dark vision.
It's true.
Good. It makes you an excellent scout. So nothing here is lit. Now, some other features that you picked up from listening to people talk in the tavern. Um, Halaster doesn't make it easy for creatures to enter or leave his dungeon. No spell other than Wish can be used to enter Undermountain, leave it, or transport oneself from one level to another. Astral Projection, Teleport, Plane Shift, Word of Recall, and similar spells cast for these reasons simply fail, as do effects that banish a creature to another plane of existence. These restrictions apply to magical items, and even artifacts that have properties that transport or banish creatures to other planes as well. Um, Magic that allows transit to the border ethereal, such as the etherealness spell, is the exception to this rule. A creature that enters the border ethereal from Undermountain is pulled back to the dungeon upon leaving that plane. So you can't use that to sidestep out to another place. Magic that summons creatures or objects from other planes functions normally in Undermountain, as does magic that involves extra dimensional spaces, such as Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. Spells can't destroy or alter the shape of Undermountain's magically protected ceilings, pillars, columns, walls, or floors. For example, an earthquake spell would not trigger a ceiling collapse or create fissures in Undermountain. Doors and furnishings, however, are not protected in this way, meaning you can break them down if you need to. While in Undermountain, characters who receive spells from their deity or otherworldly patrons continue to do so. In addition, spells that would normally allow contact with beings from other planes function normally. Also, there's some strange quirks about the sending spells within Undermountain. Um, you get some weird effects, and people mostly said it's bizarre, don't do it. As for the architecture, Undermountain is made up of a mixture of smooth worked stone and rough-hewed stone, with occasional intruding into a natural tunnel or cavern, which I would note. A few levels have exceptional architectural features. For example, level 16 has walls, floors, and ceilings made of crystal. It's known as the Crystal Labyrinth. And I talked about ceiling height. Talk about secret doors. Oh, when they are closed, most doors and secret doors are said to create airtight seals, which would keep gases and gaseous creatures from passing through them. Exceptions are noted for me in the text, which I would note for you. Um, that I believe covers all of the dungeon features that I am going to reveal. So there you go.
So environmentally, are we basically in a cave or?
No, you're in a worked stone space. The background of Undermountain was that a long time ago, some dwarves dug this place out and mined it for gold, and Halaster took it over. But when he did, because of his exceptional magical ability, he's able to transform and shuffle around one level and another, rooms, secret passageways, all sorts of wild stuff, and he'll just periodically alter stuff at will. So there aren't really any maps. But this area is all worked stone. There's stone work, stairways, arch ceilings. It's actually a fairly attractive space. It's weird, however, that all the ceilings are different heights, but he's crazy, so
Does the tiefling adoring bugbear uh know which of his compatriots might not be able to see in the dark?
yes.
Okay. He hands those people a torch because the
Oh,
player does not know who of those people can't see in the dark.
okay. No problem. They should all have their
Yeah.
own torches anyways. But as for the room that you have investigated, coming back to that, every 10-foot section of the hallway that I revealed up to the stairwell has a 9-foot high, 4-foot wide, 3-inch deep um, door shaped recess containing a bas relief carving of a demon. And each relief depicts a different kind of demon. Now, additionally, in the hallway, there is a skeleton that lies on the floor with one of its arms pointing up towards a bas relief of a Naushnay demon on the south wall. I'm going to draw an arrow to where it is pointing. So it is on the corner of that square, and then the arrow is where it's pointing. And sorry, I lost my page. It is. It looks like it might be a Kenku skeleton. Kenku are bird humanoids. They're similar to crows. Um, And actually, since you have the time and you're doing, a scout of this place before anyone enters it, the carvings on the north wall, east to west, are a Baelor, a Barl Gulra, a Casmi, a Dretch, a Glabrazu, a Goristro, and a Hezru. The carvings on the south wall, from west to east, depict a Merilith, a Naufshni, a Quasit, a Shadow Demon, a Vrok, and a Yaklal. Um, and I believe. Uh, yep, yep. So that's what you find in here. So you have that skeleton. There's a whole bunch of bas reliefs of demons, and you rolled a 6 for perception. So yeah, so you've scouted around a little bit. There are no creatures in this area. You looked up at the ceiling. There's no creatures in this area. So anybody else that wants to investigate can come in here and put themselves near what they want to investigate and make their rolls.
I'm gonna check out the skeleton.
Okay.
I'm going to help.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna light a torch. I'm just gonna cast light on the torch.
Perfect. So, thanks to Sylvia holding the light, it makes it a lot easier to investigate the skeleton. Now, the skeleton has no clothes on it whatsoever, nor any equipment, and since you can see through all the bones, it, has nothing. But it's just lying on the floor on its belly with one of its thin arms pointing towards the Naushni demon. Now, Okoru gave it a once over as he passed by and didn't see anything particularly exceptional about the bas relief.
He did. He did, however, take the Kenku skull.
Oh, okay, cool. You have a Kenku skull.
I'm
It'll
gonna point out
become a
something.
good drinking mug.
It has holes in it. That doesn't make. Anyway, I'm pointing out the demon reliefs are in alphabetical order.
Are they? Let me check something.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are actually. I hadn't noticed that.
Okoru points at one of the demons and says, "That's hot." He then falls to his knees and gives praise to Grankul, the god of stealth.
Ah, excellent. What is everyone else doing?
Well, Sylvia's gonna take a look at that Malfeshni thing.
Okay. You take a look at the bas relief, and it's imposing, but there doesn't seem to be anything unique about it.
So how come that
Can I take a
little
look at
bugger
the
was
other?
pointing at it?
Say again.
Can I take a look at the other bas reliefs and see if there's anything different about that one than the other?
Sure. Just roll your roll, and do you want to just check them one by one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so 23. So, let me see something. Okay, so you start on the northern wall, and as you get to the dretch, yes, the dretch, there are two eye holes um, that are detected. And once you find those, you're kind of puzzled by them for a minute. There doesn't seem to be anyone on the other side. There's no light over there, though, so your ability to sort of gather information about the room on the other side is limited. However, you note that there is actually a secret door on this side, presumably related to this Dretch relief. I think if you pull his hand, you'll be able to cause him to move, and you'll be able to access the secret passage.
Hey, Okuro, you
Cause
should totally
the
touch this thing. I'm gonna
cause
step
the cause the dretch to move.
Yes, it would swing inwards and act as a secret door.
Okay. Okoru grumbles about somebody making him do work, and then yanks on the dretch.
Okay. So the door opens up, and just because of the way that this is going to work out, let's see here, I'm going to go like that. You can now pass through that wall, essentially. But on the south, where the Naushni is, you investigate that and also find that there is yet another secret door. And this one here leads into a sort of side room, but there's been a tunnel dug into it that leads off down this way. There, like that. See it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And
We should
then
go. We should go north toward the sniveling coward who can't stealth correctly.
okay. Is everyone else going to follow him? Do you guys want to go in a different direction? Okay.
I'm good.
I mean,
One of both.
I don't particularly care.
So when you move into this northern room, there is an unadorned wooden armor stand that rests in the middle of the room. Actually, okay. Um, sorry. Middle of the room with a faintly glowing longsword stabbed into it. At the base of the stand lie skeletal remains of a hand amid stains of dried blood, and they're wrapped around the hilt. Now, additionally, um, once you walk in, you briefly hear some sort of distant voice or echo. When you look around, you find that there's a 10-inch long, 5-inch wide vent in the ceiling, and there's a couple of them actually, um, and the voices seem to come from there. Um, on this side of the door, you sort of like look at the back of the secret door. It doesn't look like there's any obvious way to open this door, indicating that the secret door is actually probably one way. So you make care to make sure the door isn't going to close on you. Um, and that is the contents of this room. So there's a door to the northeast. It's a standard door, and there's the armor stand with the longsword stabbed into it, and then there is the vent in the ceiling. Those are the features of this room.
All right, so I'll do detect magic on the sword, I guess.
Okay. A detect magic reveals that the sword is magical. It sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius, and that's actually about all you can tell from it.
Hold on a second. Don't touch it. I got mage
Obvious
hand.
trap is obvious.
Yeah, that's not something that you'd want to get up and close to. I think that vent might dump acid on you or something. I don't know. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use mage hand and try and move the sword, see what happens.
Okay. So you summon up your spectral hand. You do your best to wrap around the hilt, despite the other hand that's also present, and you kind of tug on it. And as soon as the longsword comes free of the armor stand, it actually just kind of drops quickly to the ground. I'm pretty sure, I think I looked this up earlier. Longswords actually are more than the weight that a mage hand can carry.
Oh, it's more than 10 pounds.
I think so. Yeah. Now, if anyone
Oh,
has a
okay.
long sword, and can double check that for me, that would be very handy. But if not, oh, actually, you know what? I think I can find it easy. Long bow, long sword. Yeah. Oh no, I am incorrect. It is 3 pounds. I was looking at the cost, which is 15 gold pieces. Um. So, anyways, the longsword comes free, and it is in your mage hand. It's kind of floating there in the air, and it's glowing softly.
That looks stabby.
It is, as evidenced by its recent stab on the armor stand.
All right, I guess I'll identify it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Mage Hand holds it not very much unlike a dead rat, while Hobservo spends some time drawing out his ritual to identify it. When you do so, you find that the longsword is dreadfully cursed. The only magical property that it has is that it sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius, but if you were to grasp the hilt, it would be nearly impossible to remove. According to what you were able to learn from your Identify spell, the curse can be ended by casting Remove Curse, or by chopping off the hand that holds the weapon.
So that's what happened to this thing. Hell with
Indeed.
it. Let's put this right back where we found it. It's not really all that useful.
Kind of stab that back into the armor stand that now holds it once more. Um, are you going to make any notes about that?
Raz is actually going to use her mage hand and write a little note. Do not remove sword. Very, very, very cursed. Extremely cursed. Prepare to lose hand.
At that, Hob Servo eventually kind of nudges Raz on the shoulder. It's a note, not an essay. Anyways, so as you're doing all of this, you have plenty of time that passes, and what you end up learning is that those echoes I mentioned coming from the vent seems to be connected to the shop sellers of the city above, and so they're carrying voices down from deep, but they're so badly distorted that you can't figure out what it is that they're saying. You're not even 100% sure of the gender or race of people that are up above and speaking. So the vent shafts have a cover, um, and if they were pried loose, you might be able to fit a tiny or a gaseous creature that could make their way through that shaft and escape under mountain to whatever cellar or cellars it connects to.
Hey, good to know.
So, having explored this room, where would you like to go next?
Want to check out the south room before we continue on?
Yeah, let's check out that tunnel.
Okay. Um, are you going to have Okoru scout ahead?
Yes, but I'm going to give him bardic inspiration and guidance. Use
Oh,
at your leisure.
Oh,
okay.
And it's D8.
okay.
Can multiple guidances stack?
N-
No.
No. However, so how do I put? No, they can't. However,
However,
you could do one ability, then cast guidance again, and then do the next ability, assuming that you have the time to pull that off.
No, I mean two guidances from different characters.
Right. I understand the question. It does not
Okay,
stack.
just
but
making sure.
I like the two guidances, one bugbear concept. I say we run with that.
Okay. So roll your ability check and then roll your d4.
Okay, stealth first.
Oh, that's a very good roll. Made even better. So you have a 21 for your stealth.
And then I now do I with bardic inspiration, do I decide that before or after the roll?
After.
Good.
Honestly, you can even hold
You
on to it for a bit.
technically you have to decide
Oh, well.
Oh,
Mas-
shit.
Master
Okay.
Kyle has stopped cursing me with his flies in the eyes.
Okay.
so you technically have to choose to use it before the result is given. So for skill checks, that's one thing. Unfortunately, for attack checks in this, not really.
Yeah, so how it's going to have to work because of the automatic nature of the program we're using, if you want to use Bardic Inspiration on an attack, you must tell me before you roll the attack. If you roll the attack, I cannot retroactively allow you to use it because
Oh,
it
okay.
will tell you whether or not you hit before I can do anything.
Can I close my eyes and then and then you can tell me what I rolled and then I can roll the d6 if I think I need it?
I suppose.
I
We
think he's
can
just joking.
we can work on that if it comes up.
Okay. For now, I'm going to move Okoro to here. Let's see here. So the
Stealthy
secret
bugbear
door
doing stealthy monk things.
opens to reveal an empty 10-foot square cubicle with a 5-foot wide tunnel of rough-hewn stone leading away from it. Now the tunnel descends slightly until it reaches a room that reeks like a sewer. Um, the room contains the following features. The floor of this room tilts. Its west end is 6 foot lower than its east end. The foul sewer water that covers the floor barely reaches the eastern wall, and it deepens by 1 foot for every 10 feet of travel westward. Now, there is a statue indicated by that giant star. Um, it is a wide alcove in the north wall that contains a life-size statue of a Sagwin submerged up to its chest in sewer water. The statue is emitting a dim purple radiance, and its head is turned the wrong way, and one of its arms has been broken off and is nowhere else to be seen. Now let me just make sure there's nothing else property-wise for this room.
Is the Sogwin a kind of merfolk type creature?
Oh, I'll show you. Let's see here. Because there's a statue depicting it, I'll just grab the creature.
I wonder what the
Alphabetical.
hell you're talking about.
It helps if I spell it correctly. S. Where is it?
Wait, are you talking about a Sahwagin?
That thing. Yeah, I'm not great with these fantasy names, ironically. That is what I mean. And here is what
Okay.
a living specimen looks like.
Ah, I was kind of right.
Yeah,
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 these ugly fuckers.
yeah.
By the way, Alex, I applaud your efforts at saying these weird words
yeah,
that I don't want to say.
it's going to be a very long game. But anyways, so that's what you find in this room. So now that you guys are down this passageway, Okuru, of course, kind of reports back as to what he's seen. So what do you want to do?
Mm,
The puzzle person in me says we swim in the water to find the arm, and then we put the arm back on and twist the head properly. However, I'm not doing that.
Well, the other thing is that for the purposes of this, I did not automatically assume that Okoru would walk into the room through the sewer water. So your perception roll can carry on because you couldn't explore this room normally. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Can we see into that sewer water? See if there's
No.
anything in it?
No. It's very much opaque.
Uh, all right, y'all, stand back a second. I am gonna use shocking grasp on this pool of water.
Would you like to roll a wisdom check?
I think the answer is yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna be touching the water.
Would you
Wait.
like to roll a wisdom check? Guidance cannot help you here, but you can try. Just roll a wisdom check for me.
It is melee. Shit. I'll roll wisdom.
That would be a catastrophically bad idea. Magic would undoubtedly go out of control and likely damage you in the process.
Oh. Anybody got any non-shitty ideas?
Yeah, gonna nudge Akuro forward.
Well, that's the other thing. Here's this check that you might not have thought to make. Does anyone want to try making a medicine roll?
Oh, sure.
Why the hell did we make that? But okay.
Okay.
Should we go swimming in the sewer water?
Yikes.
Okay.
Wait.
We can
I want
always
to. I want to
test.
join. I want to join. I'll be terrible at this. Oh wait, I won't. Here.
Uh,
I'm terrible at it. Okuru thinks sewer water is great.
So, in looking at this, while the water smells terrible, Raz sort of inspects it, which is a poor term. But anyways, you guys inspect the water for a little bit. It looks bad, but it's probably basically the equivalent of like a muddy pond, meaning that it's probably not much more dangerous than swimming through that. It just smells bad. Why it smells bad is nobody's sure, but there's absolutely no fecal matter or biological waste in this water. You don't want to get any of it into your mouth, but it's not going to poison you just by stepping into it.
It does smell like my gang member's locker room.
It does. But anyways, it means it's safe to go into the water.
Nudging Akuro forward.
All right, Okoro, move your character to where you're going to start investigating.
There.
Okay. So,
Uh.
hold on. Once you get to the statue,
Mhm.
you note that the head has actually been turned so that it's facing the exact opposite direction. I'm sure you can envision that with your own head if it was facing the exact opposite direction that it should be. But thanks to your better perception skill, you're able to see that part of the reason that it's turned like that is that the head has screw threads, and it is either removable or you can just change the orientation. And even though you're kind of a gang member, you have a feeling that this might be some sort of puzzle.
He announces, "This seems like smart people stuff. Tell me when I can hit it with a hammer."
Now, additionally, uh, you can see that it has holes for eyes and a larger hole for its fanged mouth. And there is a dim purple light that's being emitted out of it.
Out of its mouth.
And eyes generally.
Hey, Mr. Wizard, you're up.
Okay, detect magic.
Okay. Detecting magic doesn't really tell you a lot. There's magic in the area that basically indicates that there's some sort of like light emitting spell on the head, but you don't sense any other schools of magic present. And I can't remember what the school of magic responsible for light is, and I didn't bother to look it up, so I'm being lazy.
I can check.
Conjuration.
Conjuration. So it's a
Okay.
really dim conjuration spell, but there doesn't seem to be any other types of magic present.
Mhm.
No, hang on a minute.
What wondering if something interesting might be in the muck, or Kuru starts sweeping his long legs around in a circle, just kind of fishing for for anything that might be in the muck that people can't see.
Could you all
Kind of
roll
doing a long
initiative
sweep.
for me?
Yep.
Yay!
Also, were you going to say something, Christine?
It was, but I forget.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Christine.
Uh,
Oh, I'm a slow ass.
I think
1
everybody
second.
has rolled. No, just Raz is the only one who hasn't. Okay. Okay, so in sweeping your arms around, you feel something move suddenly. First up to act is Sylvia. Now, Okuru cried out, but you aren't certain what it was, and you have a feeling that it might be in the general area indicated on the map. There's kind of a thrashing on the surface of the water, but you can't actually see anything.
I guess I can't identify it from here.
No, you can't even
Fine.
see its body.
Hmm. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. So, hmm. See, I can't see it. I can't see it, so I can't really target it.
That's correct.
I suppose I could shocking grasp the water.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, dive in! TPKS right on the first level.
Don't worry, I have heals.
Wow, I don't even have to worry about the dungeon killing you guys.
You act like I haven't had a little electricity up my butt before.
I can fireball it after you go.
Yeah, I can hold my action and Arms of Hadar would hurt friendlies too. I'm gonna move back towards this wall and ready guiding bolt.
Okay.
Actually, already Eldritch Blast.
Okay, and what are you specifically readying for? On what event will cause you to take an action?
If and when I see the whatever the hell it is come out of the water
Okay.
and it's within sight, I'll blast it.
Okay. All right. So next in the initiative. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have had this on the right person. Next in the initiative order is Hobservo. So you've heard someone cry out. No one has been attacked yet that you're aware of. And there's something in the water, and you have a vague idea of where it is.
All right. Well, I will shoot a fireball in the vague idea where it is.
Okay. Is that going to catch
Let's see.
anybody?
Well, I'm gonna try and set it so it doesn't. Right next to Akoru, but not including. I mean, I'll draw it if you want.
Just to make sure, because the center of the fireball makes a big difference in terms of like where you can put it.
How big is it again?
20-foot radius.
It would probably wind up like just southwest of the statue, or a little bit west of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm not certain about, which is why I
Is this
wanted
good?
you.
I was thinking like slightly further down, but
Well, see, the problem is it's the dot in the center that you're using to drag the thing around. Why is this not?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to get the dot somewhere within the room that hits that and doesn't hit a player. That's the problem.
Go
There we
down.
go.
Yep,
Yep.
there you go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm glad that it ended up working out in your favor. Okay, so you know how to target him, right?
Is it control?
Yeah, it should be control. And additionally, if it doesn't work, I'll just help you with it.
All right. Well, when I hit control, the arrow drew to it, so I'm going to assume it's targeted now.
Yes.
Okay then.
At
See
this
how
point,
these
Raz is
fireballs
like, wait
work.
a second, what about sewer gas it?
Sewer what?
Sewer gases, and then suddenly we all explode and die.
Oh no, if there were sewer gases, you'd be aware of that. You don't have to worry about it.
Wow. Oh well.
That's an
It's just half damage.
impressive roll on that creature's part. Well, unfortunately, being partially submerged in water makes it a little harder to hit with a fireball, but you still managed to catch it.
Half and then partially resisted. Interesting.
huh.
Oh, no, no, no. There was just narrative to describe the fact that it succeeded its
Well,
save.
No, it actually partially resisted
yeah.
it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, so it takes a bit of damage. Anything else, Hob Servo?
I'll use my remaining 10 points of movement and just move back here a little.
Okay. Next up is Raz.
Raz is going to move down and then cast Fairy Fire on that area,
Mm-hmm.
same area as the fireball,
Okay.
and then move back to the.
Oh, Fairy Fire only affects a 10-foot cube.
Oh well, then no 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube? What? I'm sure you're right. Have I been playing that thing wrong the whole time? Yeah, sure enough. Okay. Then it's fine. Don't worry about it. So, let me grab the effect from your spell list. Fairy
Well, I still have to
Fire.
cast it.
Failure. Okay.
So it's all bright and fairy-like now.
So there is a shimmer of rainbowy light that now outlines the creature underneath the water. Now you're aware that the creature has a fairly amorphous shape, but you still can't actually see it. However, given its shape, it's probably some sort of ooze.
Not
Woo.
sentient. Feel free to kill it.
Dinner.
Also, can Sylvia not now see it now that it is outlined?
Well, it's outlined underneath the water, so that's a little different from an ooze
Gotcha.
creature sitting on top of the water. Sorry.
It's also around the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
point.
So, Azure, you're up. There's been a lot of casting and shouting, and something's going on in that room. What will you do? Oh, also, the water in no way inhibits your movement.
Okay. Well, we can't really see it still, right? So I can't run up and smack a bunch.
No, you can, because the other players have what did they do? They cast fairy fire, so you can see the outline and you get advantage to hit it.
Oh, Well, I'm going to smack it.
Yes, you are.
And then I get 2 attacks.
Of course.
Oh, this is seeming familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So after everybody comes in and kind of flails around and makes some shouting and there's some explosions and fairy fire, Azor comes in and pulls out his greatsword and stabs the creature twice. And it just dies. It just dies instantly. You're still not entirely certain what it was. Once the ooze creature starts to dies, it just loses all shape, and the ooze properties of it just spread out into the water. So yeah. So
Gross. All right, fine. Um, Raz is going to start sifting through the water.
okay, so you end everybody. Well, Raz at least. Is anybody else sifting through the water?
Nope.
Yeah,
Might as well.
or Cor will.
Okay.
I'll poke
He
around with
will.
my
He will
quarterstaff.
help.
Incidentally, if anyone has a purify food and drink spell, that could help. It would actually change the water to be drinkable, and also therefore easier to see through.
Alright.
Uh, so everybody looks through the water as best they can, feeling around mostly with their feet, so they don't have to get their hands or their face into it. And wherever the arm is, it's not here. For whatever reason, it was taken away from the statue. So you don't manage to find that. Um, what now?
Any secret walls?
Oh, you'll have to roll a perception check for those. And the perception check will apply to the entire room. Woo! Okay.
Now it
Um,
is a 20.
you guys do a really thorough check of this room. It doesn't seem like there's any secret passages. It would also be a little difficult to have some secret passages given the way that the water is kind of accumulated here. It mostly seems to have seeped out of breaks in the mortar and in the ceiling. So, anyways, there don't seem to be any secret passages.
All right, let's go back to the
Mhm.
most northern room and
Wait,
work our
wait,
way
wait.
from
Let's
there.
take the head with us.
Okay.
You
Um,
want me to us to unscrew the head?
yes, I think that's what she's saying.
I mean, that's the idea.
Sure.
Okay, so actually, in this particular case, somebody with strength is going to have to make a strength check for me. The head's a little stuck.
That's me. So strength
Strength
roll.
check. Yep.
I'll help.
Guidance.
No need.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so Azor gives the head a really thorough sort of like twisting motion, like he's snapping someone's neck. It seems that when the previous adventurers were trying to unscrew the head or whoever it was that fiddled with it, um, they got the screw threads outside of the track. Azor is able to pop it off completely, and once he does, um, it reveals that there's a hidden compartment inside of the statue's neck. Um, and when you look inside, to your great disappointment, you find a bunch of melted wax from candles that were used to illuminate the head statue like a jack-o'-lantern.
Huh.
You scrape at the wax just a little bit, just in case there's something, but nope. So head comes fully off. You now have a light source, though. It's a little heavy, but it sheds purple light in a purple dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Hey, Corey, you want some wax?
Nah, I don't need to be waxed.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's check the we can either keep going forward where we were or we can go back to the north to that other hidden door.
Let's go north to the other hidden door. I vote.
Oh, that northern door is actually a normal door and not a hidden one.
Also, checking this room for secret doors.
Oh, that's what I'm fucking forgetting. Give me just a second. I want to skim through some of the map stuff that they included because there's supposed to be a key to what all of the symbols on the map mean. And I had intended to look for it before we started, and I just forgot. I saw it one time, and then I could never see it again. Yeah. Anyways, that symbol represents a door, but you're gonna open that and go through.
Well, I am going to, so long as other people want me to take the point, I will first position myself so that I can stealthily open the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, that's okay.
All right.
I'll mage hand the sword.
Okay. So you've got your stealth roll.
Okay. I will open the door slowly. Do I need a perception check or something? Or are you
Oh no,
working
you
on
just
the map?
open the door. It's just a regular door. It's not locked. It's not barred. You don't need any check. You just open it.
Okay. Well, I peeked in.
Okay. So then, and actually, I want to do a little more. Always trying to get the a little bit of the wall so that you can see where the walls are. If I Okay, and then a little more up here. So you basically find that there's a T intersection. There's a set of stairs that lead down, and then to the south, there's a couple different pillars in that room. And then up to the north, give me just a second. We're gonna go like that. There is another T intersection leading off to the west and the east.
Did the stairs from the main corridor also lead south? Can we presume that maybe they go to the same place, or did the stairs in the
Oh,
main corridor go up?
when you were in the bas-relief hallway, you could see that the stairs descended into that room. I just didn't want to read the description for it unless you entered the room. That's all.
Okay.
Also,
But both these stairs are going to the same place. I just want to
Yes.
confirm that I understand that correctly.
Yes,
Okay.
you are correct.
also, Raz is proficient in cartographer's tools. She is definitely drawing a map as we go.
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Also, can I do perception in this room to make sure no secret doors?
Oh, the room with the vent and the sword? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You find a secret door. It's the one you came through. There's
Thank you.
no other secret doors though.
Okay. I've still
Hey, if
got
they don't let me
the
be passive,
sword.
I'm going to do it all the time.
I've still got the sword mage handed.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to let that go soon. The spell doesn't last very long.
Well, I'm just gonna chuck it using the mage hand
Okay.
into the room there.
All right, you chuck it generally near the whatchamacallit, the fucking note that Raz left on the floor. So you guys want to go north and investigate that way? Or
I
Are we
would.
avoiding? Are we
Okay.
avoiding the pillar room, or what's going on?
Well, the pillar room did have a warning attached to it.
No, there was no warning attached to it.
Beyond the pillar forest, the Mad Mage waits, casting spells
Oh.
behind magic.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that is true. I didn't read any other warnings about it, is what I was trying to say.
We can always look in the pillar room, see where it goes, see if there are any secret doors, because it looks like going north is continuing along.
Up to you guys.
Let's check the hallway real quick.
Okay. The one that Okoru is about to check, right?
No, the one that we're in.
Oh, you mean for secret passages?
Yeah.
Wise choice. Anybody else checking?
Yep.
Rats. Oh well.
I'm glad I took what's it called? Expertise in insight, investigation, and perception, like you suggested, Alex.
Okay, so based on all these skills, now remember, as a friendly reminder, it is not relevant, but when you're checking, you should also specify if you're looking for traps, because you could stumble into a trap looking for a secret door. Just saying. Anyways, you search this hallway pretty thoroughly. There really seems to be some solid work here. So far, the secret passages that you've seen are related to fairly obvious phenomena, and a lot of them also seem to have peepholes in them. I'm not sure if that's like a dungeon-wide theme, but it is a theme at least of this entryway for whatever reason.
The
Um,
Mad Mage is a pervert. That's what the theme is.
could well be. But regardless, you find nothing of note here. So, final choice: are you guys just going to explore to the north or to the south?
I
And
say decision box time.
oh, okay, yeah, we'll do this the fast way / vote. So when you check this box, if you make an X, that X indicates you want to check the south. If you make a check mark, that indicates you want to check the north.
Eh.
Somebody hasn't voted. Okay, north it is. East or west? Check mark is east and X is west. Okay, east it is. So you're going to investigate. I'm gonna, so that you don't have to roll too many rolls all the time, I'm just gonna apply what your last roll was to this one. And I'm gonna go like this. This is as far as you can sort of scout ahead. Okay. So it's obviously a fairly long hallway. All of this is worked stone. There is a door up to the north, and there's another passageway that kind of heads off to the south a little bit, but you didn't want to get too far ahead of the party. So move your token to where you'd like to go next. If you're going to scout ahead, tell me.
I think because I don't trust how quiet it's been, I'm going to while I'm walking around, I'm going to keep an eye out for traps.
Okay, you'll need to roll a separate perception check for that.
Okay. Bam. I'm so perceptive.
Well, the good news is that Okoro doesn't find any traps, nor does Hob Servo.
I go here.
Okay. Sylvia doesn't note any traps. Sylvia, are you also going to apply that to the door, or
Um. Well, let me add guidance too. But yes, I was going to apply that to the door.
okay? Let me check the notes for that. This is area 6. Okay. Okay. Um, you hear some quiet whispering on the other side of this door.
Is it more people failing their stealth skills?
It's actually hard to be certain. Like I said, a lot of these doors are actually airtight, which means that it's a little hard to get sound to go through them. They're moderately thick as well, but despite that, Sylvia was able to hear some whispering through the door.
People who can't. Mortals that can't stealth defile the bugbear gods.
So, from here, there's a passageway to the south that can be explored, or you could go through the door to the north.
I personally would like to go south.
Then lead
Okay,
on.
Princess.
So, I think
Somebody
I've
said
just
something there.
Yeah, it was a vote towards the south. So Okoru makes his way off to the south, and you actually end up finding a wall. And that wall has a hole in it that you are aware of. It's about 5 foot high. You can actually see it much more clearly on this side. One of the things that Okoru notes, to his surprise, is that there's actually a bit of dirt that rings the hole in the wall. And you're puzzled by this at first, but then you sort of reach out one of your lanky arms in your hand, and if you were to sort of cup it over your eye, it would kind of cover that exact same dirt patch. And you conclude that this hole is probably used really commonly to spy on the entryway into the dungeon. But who's doing it and why, you have no idea. Now, there the floor in this area, and in fact in most of the dungeon, has been relatively clean, aside from that skeleton you found. So there isn't really any like dust or anything that might obviously reveal, footprints, but you're pretty certain that this is the side that spied on you and you heard footsteps retreating from when you came in.
And what's to the north?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to. You would be able to see from that hallway. There's another bit of passageway like here, but there's also a door to the north, and then it goes off to the right.
I think we should open the first door and say howdy.
I like that plan.
You're near the second door, right?
Uh, oh, the
Yeah,
first door, the one that we're.
Yes.
the
The
one with the
voices one,
whispers.
Okay.
I can go with that.
Okay. Then I'm
See if
gonna.
they've got an emergency. Or if they're
I
rocking steady.
I draw my longbow.
Okay. I'm going to start revealing map stuff. And let's see here. Oh, and then I'm also going to go a little bit like that. Here, give me just a second. I want to use my book. This is page 16. Because I feel like I'm not quite getting a piece of info that I need. 16 is here. Wait, this is area 6? Yeah, area 6A. Where is the pin for that? Oh, here's the pin that I was looking for. Well,
What I'm hearing is Gary Gygax is a dick.
there's that. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. So here's what you end up finding. Let me pull this up again. So you open the door and you walk in. When you do so, you see that there actually isn't anyone in this room. And I'm just going to reveal a little bit more. There's another passageway over here. And I just want to make sure that that's clear as well. And there is a set of stairs leading out to the north, and that door, another passageway. So I'm just going to place you here just so you have a sense of where I'm imagining you to be. So this room is, however, filled with 3 statues. Now, standing atop stone plinths in the middle of the room facing east are 3 6-foot tall statues depicting male Waterdavian nobles clad in decorative plate armor. Now, lying at the base of the central statue are bones of a long dead, probably looks like a hobgoblin from here, and there is a white wooden staff broken in half. Now, carved into the base of each of these, the stone base of each of these statues is a name. The south statue, the one closest to you, says Elnadrown. The central statue says Ruthandir, and the northernmost statue is Onthalas. And now, somebody has actually crossed these out with chalk. They're kind of inset into the stone, so you can't really cross them out. But new names have been added in Goblin. And I'm going to type them in Goblin so that if anybody can actually read it, they will know what it says. The names from north to south are
Anyone read Goblin?
Smelly Bottom, Stupid Skull, and Born Toothless.
Hey, we're goblin buddies.
Yeah.
I screech at you in goblin.
So, anyways,
Koru says apt name for worthless rich people.
indeed, indeed. Now, the whispers that you guys had heard, they're kind of coming from the western hallway, but they're pretty quiet. So it sounds like either people are being quiet or the voices are obscured by another door or passageway.
Can I make a survival check or some kind of
To look for
investigation
passages, or
to track where the voices are coming from?
that would track footprints. Perception helps you identify voices and their location.
Okay. I guess I'll try perception then if you're okay with
Yep. Okay. Yes, there are absolutely multiple voices coming from the west. Now, the problem is your sense is that based on the distance, it's a little hard to get a count. There's probably anywhere from you think you might hear 3 distinct voices, but there could be as many as 15.
Okay, I say so out loud. Also, can you tell us which statue is Smelly Bottom, which one is Stupid Skull, and which one is Born Toothless?
Yes, they go. I wrote them in order from north to south.
Can we roll history to see if we know any of those three?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Was
Wow.
Anthalus, was that the most northern one?
Yes, the most northern one is Onthalas.
Uh,
Ruha Thandir is the central one, and El Nadrown is the southern statue. So southern statue is Born Toothless, Stupid Skull is Routhadir, and Onthalas is Smelly Bottom. Okay, so for the perception rolls that you guys have made, or sorry, not perception, history rolls, what you end up finding is that these statues are indeed of Waterdavian nobles, and in fact, they're Waterdavian nobles from probably about 3 to 4 generations ago. Um, Not that this is super relevant to this dungeon, but just as a brief aside, Waterdavian politics are a little bit odd. You have a council of nobles, and the council of nobles, people don't generally know who sits upon it, so that people can't, influence them and try to bribe city officials. And so they all tend to walk around with masks, except for one who is the only person on the council that is identified. And these 3 people were later revealed upon retirement to have been part of the government of the city. That's it.
Okay, so we don't know if they actually were jerks or not.
Oh no, they were all very noble people. They did good things. You know, they were
I'm gonna
important. They were
investigate this
important
stuff.
and honorable folk.
Are they all human?
Yes.
Then they were all jerks.
Ah.
Excuse me?
And
Boring jerks.
there is still the matter as a reminder of the bones and broken staff at the feet of Ruhathandir.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Uh,
investigate the statue.
I will investigate the bones.
I'll investigate the bones too. Poorly.
Don't forget guidance.
Oh, true.
Staff for me.
It's a long dead hobgoblin and a white wooden staff broken in half.
Is it investigation for the bone?
Yeah, there's nothing really to this skeleton.
Is there a skull?
Yes, there is.
I take the skull.
You have a skull.
Where the hell are you keeping all those things?
Skulls are
Don't
useful.
ask.
No, but where? I mean, that's gonna take up a lot of room in your bag.
I can carry a lot.
Yeah, he actually has a racial feature that lets him carry a ton, just twice as normal.
I'm built lanky to carry people and things.
So, anyways, as for the staff, what will you do?
I'll detect magic on it.
Actually, there is still the faintest lingering trace of magic within both fragments of the staff. Um, Knowing that, and sort of looking at the magical properties of the staff, you're fairly certain if one person held it together and another person could cast mending, that you could actually repair the staff.
Oh, I might happen to have mending.
Okay. Who will hold the staff together?
No.
I sit in a corner.
I can stick.
Wait. Mage hand. Mage hand duo.
I can mage hand one half of it.
I'll mage hand the other.
Okay.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
I am
Well,
very
fuck you, traps.
I'm very glad that you guys took my warnings to heart.
Shape up. Screw you, Gygax.
So in the end, after it's repaired, the staff seems to be back in one piece. So somebody is going to have to identify it.
Yeah.
Who's that going to be?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get cursed
With my
here.
identify ritual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with the mage hands holding the staff, you do your
Okay.
identification thing.
All right.
And you end up discovering that there's some kind of magic on this, but the fact that it's been faint for so long is making matters a little bit confusing as to um, what exactly it is that this thing does. It has some sort of alteration property on it, and you don't think that it's cursed, but it's not magic that you've seen before either.
Okay. Um, so are you saying for me to learn more, I'd have to hold on to it?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm fine with making a new character, so whatever.
When you grasp the spell in your hand, all of a sudden you jolt. In your head, it wails, "Help! Thief! Criminal!" And then the magic fades forever, and it becomes a normal staff.
Okay.
Huh?
Do we all hear that, or
No, just him.
All right. I guess I'll write that down, that name.
Okay. So we've got that taken care of. So now, are you gonna explore down that hallway?
First, secret door time.
Okay.
Yep. Gotta be thorough. Yells,
That looks like a good roll.
Well, that wasn't.
Trust me, we'll be swapping off rolls probably next game. You'll get all the good perception.
No, probably not.
Ooh, there's a nice one. You guys do a really thorough check of this room, especially with those statues. They seem awful suspicious. But all in all, everything comes back normal. You don't find any eye holes. You don't find anything with hinges, no secret mechanisms. So you're pretty sure this room is as it appears.
Boring.
Hmm.
is everybody okay if I check out this room that I'm by here? I've been itching to know what's down this corridor.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all right.
As long as you're the one doing it.
I peek down the corridor.
The corridor goes down a ways, and then it simply ends in a dead end.
Bullshit. My map says that makes no sense. I'm looking for anything. I think
Yeah.
Oh,
Look for
oh!
traps.
You know, there is actually a secret door. Will you open
I
it?
think no traps. Good idea, Sil.
Oh, okay. So Sylvia does not see any traps.
Oh shit. Oh wait, no. Actually, nope. It's still in character and makes total sense. Hey, Okoro, open. Because I've never opened a door myself yet this game. I don't plan to start now.
I stealth before getting near the door.
Okay.
And then
Go on.
I slowly open the door.
So as you start to open the door, you feel this weird resistance from the door, which is not typical for secret doors. And actually, your cautious opening of it prevented a trap from going off on the other side. And I don't mean an acid spray or a fireball. Somebody on the other side of this door piled up a stack of old ceramic plates. If you push it any further, they'll all fall and break, and it would make a tremendous racket.
I explain that to the team and ask, should I just kick it in then?
No, we can just go around. That I know exactly where that door leads. And then Raz is going to show him the map. We're here. It leads there.
He looks at Raz and says, I think you owe me a skull next time, and wanders away.
Okay. You guys have managed to avoid a trap that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to detect, which is a particularly impressive feat. Where will you venture next?
Do we want to figure out what's in that room, or do we want to go kill some goblins?
I like killing things.
Yeah, let's see what's to the west.
I'm assuming the whispering things are goblins.
They
Okay.
might be. I don't know.
So I'm slowly kind of revealing because the squares are a little awkward here. There. Okay. So this passageway, there are two separate sets of doors, and you can hear whispering behind each of them. You can't make out what they're saying. The door muffles it too much, but there's definitely speaking voices.
Check for traps. Yeah. That was pitiful.
Okay. Um, After some really thorough checks on both sets of doors, none of them seem to be trapped, nor do they seem to be locked.
Raz is going to whisper to the two other spellcasters. Do you guys use? Do you have spells that don't have verbal components?
Let me think a minute. We talking attack spells or what?
In case we have to fight, we don't want to alert both rooms. I can cast silence on us to make it a very, very quiet fight. But if you guys don't have spells that do not require that, if you do not have spells that lack verbal components, I'll be hitting us just as badly.
Uh,
I've only got the one.
Orkoru looks at the elf with the map and says, top door looks like no escape from that room, probably.
No. No, the top door actually leads even farther, and the bottom door looks like it could potentially be a dead end.
mhm.
I say we kill things in the dead end.
Yeah, might be able to barricade against the top at that stage.
Okay, so you're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, the only problem is, and not that I'm trying to make this any more difficult on you, those statues are really tall, so you couldn't even move one into this passage to like sort of stick it up against the door.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant, um,
Stick a
I don't know.
ballad in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you meant literally barricade the door.
No. I just meant
Yeah.
stick Eric there.
Because I was also having this
Choke
this
point.
funny moment in my head where I'm imagining you guys like dragging furniture across the hallway, try to get it in
Hey,
front
we
of the
got
door.
silenced.
And
I would say I have that spell for a reason. Also, could I set a trap at that door for a little tripwire with thieves' tools?
yeah, it would cause someone to fall prone.
Yep, I'm gonna do that while they're arguing about that.
Okay. So
That's an excellent idea. At the other door, at the entrance to the other door, I see our elf friend setting up a trap, and I pull out a hunter's trap, which is basically a bear trap, and lay it in front of the other door.
are there stats for that?
There are.
Okay, then I'm gonna look in your character sheet to see what I can find. Inventory, hunter. hunting trap. There it is. Set in action. D4 damage. Dex 13. Um. Okay, so it can basically move maybe 1 square away from the location. So, Brandon, I want you to right click and
Okay.
go to pointers,
Right click on what?
anything.
Okay.
It'll bring up a radial menu.
Pointers? Okay.
Yep. And then I want you to grab a square and draw a 5 foot square and then center it where you want your trap to be placed. I mean, I created one as an example, but and just make it a 5 foot one. And
There.
so, okay, I thought you guys were going through the southern door.
Me too.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going through the southern door. I was just putting a trap at the northern door in case reinforcements decided to go.
Okay. Should I set up my trap also at the northern door then?
Sure, why not?
Works for
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're fine with it, just leave it there.
Sure.
Any other preparations before you enter?
I am going to hide in the doorway.
Okay. Who's going in first?
I've got to try and.
Ah,
I
so,
think we all know the answer to that.
I will go in first. I will open up the door because I have massive sneak attack damage. So if I can surprise anybody in that room, I can
Yes, your racial
probably
ability is really good.
I can
Okay.
probably kill something.
So roll yourself a stealth check, and then we're gonna have you guys roll initiative, and then we're gonna go from there.
Okay.
Brandon, don't forget your bardic inspiration. That was that his bardic inspiration over since it only lasts 10 minutes.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna at least give you guidance on that.
Okay. Guns. And you said I don't have bardic inspiration anymore.
No, because it only lasts 10 minutes, and someone cast a ritual already. So
Okay.
Fine.
16 then for hide.
Okay. So you open the door. Inside, there are 8 bedrolls spread out on the floor. There are 2 battered and rusty oil lanterns also on the floor that light the chamber. Inside of the room, there are um, 5 vampires sitting around on bedrolls, keeping watch and talking.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Vampires are not goblins. Ah.
I assume somebody, as I'm lining up my shot, somebody closes the door on me. Presumably, Orkor looks at the paladin like, "What the fuck, man? I was gonna shoot things."
Can we do a religion check real fast to figure out how dead we'd be?
Yeah,
Um,
it's probably.
yeah, try for a religion roll.
Ooh, I'm gonna do this.
26. We got it.
That's still a decent roll. So let me pull up the monster manual. Entry NPCs. Okay. I'm going to bypass some of the sort of basic information about them, but the short of it is the answer heavily depends. There are, of course, different classes of vampires, just as there are different classes of humanoids. If these creatures are vampire spawn as opposed to true vampires, then it would probably be a fairly even fight. But if these are vampire spellcasters or vampire warriors, or
We'd
even
be dead.
yeah, you would be very outclassed by that number of creatures.
And Hub Servo couldn't determine what kind of vampires we might have been looking at.
Not from because you opened the door stealthily, which means basically a
Mm.
crack, trying to
Mhm.
surprise people. So
Right.
you guys got a moment's look. You saw vampires. You
That's
can
fair.
see their fangs. It's very clear. They have the gaunt skin. Your check was very good as well. So it was a quick check, and it was like vampires, close the fucking door. So yeah.
I
Um,
give a claw sign for 5. I'm not sure if I have 5 fingers. And and make a symbol for shoot.
Are all vampire so? Question: Vampires are evil in this world? Like
Yes.
no redeeming features? What?
It is a general note about alignment in D&D is that almost universally, when a creature has an alignment, very nearly all of those creatures share that alignment. Think of it like the culture of that group of monsters. In essence, if they can even have a culture, um, culturally tends towards whatever the alignment is. And in this case, evil, 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 evil. Um, so vampires are, of course, the enemy of the living. While you guys are discussing this, however, the door to the north starts to open, and whoever's coming from the other side is about to step into that bear trap.
Woohoo!
So you have a split-second decision. Um, I'm going to roll a die. Let me see here. Sylvia, what
I'm
will
gonna
you do?
woohoo!
Oh, crap. On the spot.
10, 9,
Get a mage hand
8,
and shove the
7,
bear trap slightly out of the way.
6. Okay. That's your one move in time here. Shit, how do I get rid of this thing? Exit menu.
Okoro makes sad puppy eyes at Sylvia.
Okay, so you manage to shoo it out of the way, and out steps another vampire. Now, this particular
Well, that
person,
was dumb.
this particular person vampire, is what is he? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that said around his neck. This particular vampire is probably the leader of the group of vampires, the coven here. He's dressed in nicer clothes than the people in the other room, and he looks absolutely stunned to see you.
Does he look rich?
Yeah, actually, quite wealthy.
Okoro instantly hates.
Okay. As
Hi.
Oh,
uh,
I'm immediately going. Ah, crap! I don't have line of sight.
hi has been said. The vampire says, "What are you doing within my coven?"
Well, we didn't. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Vampires, to my aid!
I mage hand the bear trap right
Wait,
back towards his face.
wait. I'm still gonna have him roll for the bear trap thing. However, he's alerted the others, obviously. Give me just a second. I'm gonna roll his deck before I forget. So he gets a. Can you guys see that?
No.
No.
He gets a 20. So he does a little bit of a hop and manages to land with his feet on either side of that central node that if you press it will close the bear trap. He's very agile, and he says,
Okoro angry.
"If you do not wish your lives to end, you may pay for passage."
Yeah, let's do that.
How much?
Really? I mean, yes. Hold on a second.
How much? He probably means blood. I don't
Well,
think we.
well, you can ask. I'm just looking up the info on that. So go ahead and decide what you want to do while I'm trying to figure out how much he wants to
Like,
charge you.
how much money do we even have?
Okoro looks at you all like, what the fuck? He swings his hammer. Let's just kill them.
The
I'm planning to
vampire's
be
eyes
using.
grow wide at that, and then he has this wicked smile.
I'm going to
Um,
be using silence on you a lot, aren't I?
I think at this point you guys are going to have to roll initiative.
Hey,
Oh, there's no way around this. And I rolled poorly. Fuck.
however, I wish to do something.
I don't think you'll have any time. The initiative order has left the creature that is currently talking
Nope,
to
there's
you.
a reaction.
Ah,
When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration, rolling a Bardic Inspiration die and subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll. I wish to do that for his initiative.
but the initiative wasn't listed as one of those rolls.
Initiative roll is an ability check. That's why Jack of all trades works on it.
Ah, okay. Then roll. Okay, so his initiative becomes that. So he falls below Hob
Okay.
Servo.
God damn it.
I thought you guys already rolled initiative.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't.
Oh,
No.
Not for this battle.
okay. I had requested it. So first up will be Raz. Well, actually, I'm sorry. First up is actually one of the other vampires because he had alerted everyone. So this creature moves to here, and he's going to have to attack Okoru. Let me see here. Oh, but that's not technically accurate. So let me check one more thing. Okay. So he's going to make an attack, and then this vampire first swings one set of its lanky arms and impacts the door frame, and then he swings again and manages to hit on the back swing, and does a glancing blow. So next, wait, I have this thing in the wrong order. Raz is up.
Raz is going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Bless on the entire fucking party.
Okay.
How does that work? Do I have to target everyone?
I would target everybody, including yourself, and then just click the cast effect for Bless. There you go. And then you can clear the targets.
How do you clear targets?
Do you guys see looks like a bullseye? It says targets if you mouse over it.
Yes.
Okay, click that, and then you should see all the faces. And then to the right, there is a targeting reticle, and then there's a red cancel. Click the red cancel.
Wait. Sorry, I saw the one in the bottom left corner.
What?
There's a bullseye in the bottom left corner by modifier, but I don't know the other one you're talking
Oh, no, this would be in the combat tracker. In the combat tracker on my screen, there is looks like a bullseye target next to a fist and a sword.
about. Oh, I
Nope.
can just
I
reflect with control.
Oh, okay, that works too. There you go. All right, so you've cleared everybody out. You've cast your spell. Do you want to move anywhere? There's not a lot of places to move.
I was about to say, I am quite comfortable where I am. I'm
Okay.
quite.
Hob Servo, you're up.
So what does Bless do for us?
Any attack roll that you make, including ones for spell attacks, you get to roll a d4 on it, and any spell saves versus fear, you get to add a d4 to those saves.
Oh, okay. So just fear, not spells in general. All
Mm-mm.
right.
Nope, it's any saving throw actually.
Oh, then I'm thinking of the wrong edition.
Good. That's better. So did we get all right, can I try to identify the Lord, as it were?
You can try.
Okay. Religion, right?
hmm
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is not quite enough to tell you what type of vampire this is.
Okay. So Is the door open now thanks to unidentified 2?
Yes, fully
Oh,
open.
that's nice.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oil bowl.
I do believe he gave me a target. Or 5 targets.
5 targets. Yes.
Got to use that fireball.
It's 20, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm.
If you put it in that corner.
Well, I'm going to have to hit you. I hope you don't mind.
I don't think you
Actually,
are hitting any of us there.
Yeah,
Nope.
that looks
Actually,
like
you're not. But you're also not hitting unidentified creature 2. Are you okay with that?
small price to pay. I can't put it anywhere where I don't hit him then. Yeah.
Okay. Fine by me. Make your targets and cast your spell.
Okay. I guess a fireball would hurt even our tank a lot at this point in the game. So, yeah.
Okay. Failure, success, success, failure. And the damage? Okay.
Jesus.
You kill 2 of them outright. Um,
We have ascertained their hit points.
uh, Hobservo, make an insight roll. Okay. Next up is going to be the creature that started this, that will push down in the order. He's going to make a slam attack and try to make another slam attack. And
Ooh,
so
Sylvia has good defense.
his slam attacks bash against Sylvia's dampening effects for her armor. They ricochet off, and the creature seems frustrated. He moves off of the bear trap and tries to limit your movement. Azure, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to smack number 2. And then I'm going to use a first level spell slot for Divine Smite. And then these are undead, right?
Yep.
Okay. I want to
It's gonna melt him.
3d8 because it's 2d8 for the first level plus 1d8 for undead.
Okay.
That's what, 15.
Roll an insight check.
Insight.
Excellent. The holy power that you put into it, it didn't have the bonus effect that it's supposed to have against undead. And now that you think about it, the creatures that died in the fireball a minute ago, they didn't turn to ash. They're just corpses on the ground, which is not supposed to happen with vampires.
Ooh.
In fact, now that you're looking a little closer, some of the corpses on the ground, their vampire teeth fell out, and there are human teeth left behind. These aren't vampires at all. They're people dressed as vampires doing ridiculous vampire accents.
Oh God, did we just kill a LARP?
What do you do now? I mean, they are attacking you.
Well, I will swing at him again and not smite him this time.
I mean, the smite did some of the bonus, some of the damage, but it didn't have the bonus d8s for undead.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay, Sylvia,
Did
you're up
you,
now.
Did you add the smite damage?
I didn't smite the second time.
I know.
Did
But
Alex have the smite damage?
Oh.
The bonus damage for undead, it did not affect this creature.
Well, it still would have
Right.
been 7 plus 1, wouldn't it? So it'd been 8 extra damage.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
8.
yeah. Let me make
Okay.
sure I got this on the right creature. Unidentified creature 2. Okay. Damage added. Anyways, Sylvia, you're up. There are 2 creatures adjacent to you. However, the one to the south cannot reach you because of the corner.
Hmm. I can't really step into the spot with the bear trap.
You can. Well, you can, but you'd have to roll a DC against the
Yeah,
dex.
I mean, I could, but it's the same sort of bad idea as shocking grasping a pool of water.
Oh,
So
also, one more thing. Because he had opened that door, I meant to reveal this earlier. I got distracted. There's another closed door at the end of the hallway.
okay. Can I mage hand the thing at him again?
The bear trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's not terrible. I mean, all it'll do is just leave him trapped directly adjacent to you. And he'll take a d4 of damage if it succeeds.
D4. That's nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
I'm gonna push my luck. I'm gonna try and I'll provoke an AOP and go over here.
Okay. Let me see. This is creature 1. Grab this and whoop. Hey, luck worked out in your favor. His attack bounces off your magical wards.
All right, and I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I've been waiting to do that all game. All right, which one is that? Unidentified creature 1.
In case you had missed it earlier, you can hold control and click to target people. Okay, so you get a 21. That's a hit.
Okay, I'll roll the second one.
Also, that's really. Did you just edit the name of Eldritch Blast?
Yep.
Okay, and your second one is also a hit.
How the hell did I hit with that?
I don't
That
know.
was a terrible. That was a terrible roll.
Because I'm amazing and I'm glad I took Bless.
So Sylvia whirls on her assailant and unleashes not one but 2 powerful eldritch blasts, the shadows of which stretch out and sear at the creature's form. Now that that's happened, you've seared away a lot of the makeup on his face and a lot of the clothes that he was using to disguise himself. He's got some brigand armor underneath. Okoru.
Okay. Okuru first is going to hit unidentified creature 2 with his Warhammer +1.
Okay.
Alex, my Warhammer +1 is not set up correctly, so it's using the wrong stats. So
Oh, give
I
me just a
am,
second. I'll fix it for you. So we go
or
to
I could just use the regular Warhammer, which is set up correctly, and we could just add +1 to everything.
so the base stat is supposed to be Dex.
Yes, base stat is Dex, and it's always going to be a D10 because there's no reason for me ever to do anything but 2-hand.
Okay. I think what I do is, do I right click,
Wait, no flurry of blows?
clear dice, and there we go. All right, I fixed it.
As a Kensei weapon, I can always flurry of blows with this.
Oh, good.
So, so he will hit unidentified 2. Do I press Control to
Or-
target him
You can just drop the attack roll on his model on the.
on his face?
Yeah. Oh shit!
Now,
Drop all
I
sorts of things on his.
I thought about stunning strike that, but I think I don't need to.
Yeah, drop the damage right on his face.
Okay. And will it know that that was a crit hit?
Yes. Okay. So you have managed to push the creature into bloodied value. If you don't use that in your other games, bloodied value means that this creature is at or below half of its total health. To give you a
Can I
sense,
use stunning strike now? Can I use a key point to stunning strike him?
yeah.
It okay.
Well, not
I'll
retroactively on your next attack. Yes.
Well, so stunning strike says when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack.
Oh, then yes.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and apply stunning strike now. He needs to make a DC 15 Constitution.
DC.
You need to drag the effect over to him.
Well, only if he's successful. He gets a 19.
Okay, so that doesn't matter. I'm going to maneuver around him and use my multi attack, targeting one of the minions.
Wait, that's going to provoke AOP from creature 1.
Why I never moved out of his range.
Creature 1, the one up north.
I don't care.
Okay. Slam attack. Miss. Lucky you.
Yep.
This dude is incompetent.
That's becoming rapidly more clear.
So I hit them with my Throne Warhammer.
Yeah, that actually kills that creature.
Okay. I will.
There, got it.
I will turn back around at the guy who managed to evade my stunning strike. I will. I'm just gonna use one kick. I'm not gonna expend another key point on this, and I will just lankily kick him in the head.
Okay.
Bam. Oh, that missed. Oh,
Okay. Next up, a creature opens the door to the north. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It makes it to here. Next up, another creature makes it to here. And then a third creature makes it to that space. Then this creature is going to move to here and will attempt to attack Okoru. He hits
all right.
and does 3 points of damage with a scimitar.
Okay.
Next, we go back to the top of the round, and it is unidentified creature number 2. He's just going to try to take down Okoru if he can. Okay.
Actually, that's so. At this point, can I reduce his
You
for every
targeted the
other
wrong
roll,
thing.
but for a 20, because that will always hit? Could I use my thing to reduce the? Oh wait, no, because it's still rolling a 20 no matter how low it rolls, right?
I have no idea what you're asking. I'm sorry.
Cutting words, the thing that reduces the roll by using my bardic dice, no matter how much I reduce it by, it's still a 20, right? It'll always still be a crit and not hit.
I believe so.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay. Now I have to fiddle with this thing again.
Also, I think you just made it kill itself.
Yeah, I did because you surprised me and I wasn't able to do what I was supposed to do. He does, of course, heavy damage to Okoru. Not as bad as it could have been, but still, he's in bloodied values himself. And now for his second attack, he misses. It's real feast or famine over here. Raz, you are up.
I'm going to laugh at the vampire saying, honestly, you were kind of a little bit more, be more intimidating without the fake teeth and use vicious mockery.
Okay. He fails.
Mock, 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 mock.
Ooh. Okay, so he's Wait a minute, unidentified creature 1. Okay, so he's gone into bloodied values as well now. And he also has...
Disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay, I guess that's why. Anything else?
Nope, I'm staying right here.
Hob Servo, you're up.
Um, try. Did you say he had armor that was metal?
I will check. Give me
Someone did.
Yeah, I know. I think I had said someone had bandit armor.
Brigand armor. Or
Brigand
something.
armor. Yeah, it's leather.
Well,
Somebody's holding a scimitar, though.
this is true. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that would be
So
the
that-
guy, unidentified creature 6 to the south.
Who's probably about to die, but
Yeah.
He's probably on like 2 hit points.
Now, the creatures to the north seem to be of a similar type as creature 6 to the south, so they may also have swords, but they haven't attacked anyone yet, so you're not certain.
And because he's right next to me, I have to roll a. Spells attack have disadvantage, right?
Spell attacks, but not spell saves.
Okay. So I will use Chromatic Orb.
That would be a spell attack.
Oh, that's right.
But a fireball, because it uses save, would not be affected.
Yeah, I'm out of those.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
no, it's a wizard's worst nightmare.
Like, all too common one.
Can I conjure Shadow Blade without provoking an opportunity of attack?
Pretty sure,
No
but
opportunity attacks.
I'm checking. Yeah, it's not the opportunity attack that you're worried about. It's the minus
Yeah.
to your hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, you can manifest one. Now that's
Okay.
a bonus action, so you still have your standard.
Yes. And the standard will just to be attack him with it. So he is number 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or number 1? Number
Oh.
1.
Number 1. Sorry. Ah,
Oh, I need. Yeah.
you are supposed to roll it to hit.
I know.
Okay.
I'm looking for it, but I don't see that on this.
Yeah, it doesn't actually create one. So what I would do is we're just going to like you're proficient in it. So your rapier is the same thing as your shadow blade. So you'll roll the to hit of a rapier and then do the damage of the shadow blade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So retroactively roll the to hit and let's see what happens.
Number 1, right?
Mm-hmm. You hit. And so the damage has already been dealt. So a shadowy blade springs to life, and you slash through the creature, and it grasps its head and cries out in pain. Wait, did you? I think you dealt the damage to number 2. Yeah, you did. So let me take 9
Whoops.
away from 2, which would bring me to and so add 9 here. There we go. Okay. And in fact, it is creature number 1's turn now. So he, of course, strikes whatever is in range, misses, and tries one more time. Okay, that was mildly pitiful. Go there. Both of his attacks bounce off of your magical barriers. Azure, you're up.
I'm going to smack number 2.
That's unsanitary.
Ah, one of the not vampire heads falls to the ground. Upon doing so, he becomes a lifeless gray lump.
Alright, I'll take a step forward and smack number 1 then.
Another
Then
hit.
I'll use a first level spell slot to smite him too.
Okay.
Also, goddamn, bless does work.
Or, well,
Oh,
I
no.
don't need smite, but
Yeah, so he's done. So that's another one. And that's it for your turn, right? Are you going to move
yeah.
anywhere?
I guess I'll move here.
Okay. Next up is Sylvia.
I was hoping you wouldn't move there, but whatever. Let's see. I was going to use one of my Pact Magic slots to cast a Sorcerer spell. Specifically Burning Hands.
You probably can still do that.
Yeah. Except now I can only get 2 of them instead of 3 without hitting Ajor. But that's fine.
Hit him anyway. He can take it.
Which ones are those? 1 and blank.
Okay.
1 and blank are targeted.
Okay, one of them fails and one of them succeeds.
Okay, and 46.
Uh, so one of them takes heavy damage and the other just takes significant damage. And that's it. Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I don't really have much that I can do as a bonus action apart from oh, I can use Healing Light to help out Okoru.
Actually, you do not have. Well, actually, you might. Hold on a second.
What do you mean?
I don't think you have line of sight, but I'm checking. Remember correctly. You do actually have line of sight. Never mind.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Okoru heals a whopping 2 hit points. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Plus your spellcasting ability modifier if it's healing word.
Oops.
It's not Healing Word, it's Healing Light.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
Well, thank you kindly.
Okuru is no longer bloodied. Okuru, you're up now.
Okay. I start off by my attack action by using an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Uh, da, 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 da. And I intentionally do not aim this to kill.
What?
He's
I
doing
did.
non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
That didn't seem to actually hit. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay. Sorry, I'm moving around menus here.
Okay. So for this creature, I'm going to leave him on the battlefield to represent that he's unconscious.
Okay.
So that one is down. Anything else on your turn?
Yes. Because I used an unarmed strike as part of my attack action, my agile defense goes off and my AC is increased by 2.
Okay.
I move here and use my Warhammer on the unidentified creature that is between Sylvia and that has the bear trap next to it.
Yep. You hit. And you land a hit.
Okay. And okay, good.
Okay. So next up is going to be.
I'm not done with my turn.
Oh, sorry.
As a bonus action, I use an unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm. Another hit.
Oh, that's right. You've got those ridiculous limbs.
And I smack him in the head again with a long range bugbear kick.
And yet this creature is still not in bloodied values. So yeah, your long limbs reach around Azor with grace and impact your foe, and he takes a number of blows and he's still standing. So anything else?
That's it. My
Uh,
AC is increased by 2.
okay. I'm sure you can manage that on your character sheet, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Or we could just remember if I'm attacked before the next round.
Well, the computer calculates everything by itself, so you need to manage that.
Okay.
Uh,
Just let me know if I'm being attacked.
Yep. So he swings a scimitar at Azor. The first one misses, but the backswing catches you, and you take a moderate amount of damage. That's it for him. Okay. And then, excuse me. This creature moves forward to here. Uses his scimitar. Another hit with much more significant damage. This creature from the back row fires off a crossbow bolt trying to hit Sylvia, but her magical barrier protects her. That creature's still unconscious, so Raz, you're up.
Okay. I cast Healing Word on Azure.
Okay.
Then I'm going to insult unidentified creature once.
Okay. Well, you insult him to death. What do you say?
Your mother was so bad in bed you were never born.
He
Oh.
collapses.
Well, that's new.
Sick burn,
Yeah,
bro.
that's good.
Anything else before?
Nope, I'm done.
All right, Hob Servo, you're up.
I will throw the blade at number 2, I guess,
Go for it.
or whatever one's unidentified. That is.
Just roll the normal scimitar attack.
Oh, you mean a normal rapier attack?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay. Oh, I only have the rapier +1.
It's okay.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, would have been a hit anyway. And then it's 2d8. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you fling your shadowy blade at the creature. It impacts him, leaves a gaping wound, and then the shadowy blade simply vanishes and reappears in your hand, and you grin wickedly. Anything else before I end your turn?
That was a bonus action, so that means I can cast a cantrip, right?
Yeah, actually, that doesn't count at all as having cast a spell this turn, so you can cast a normal spell.
Oh, right. Okay. So I can see too, correct? Or can I not?
Yeah, you can see. At the moment, Sylvia is holding a light source, so you can see 20 feet out in normal vision, and then beyond that, dim light. So dim light is enough to.
All right. I'll just use Scorching Ray and
Wait, doesn't it take an action to attack?
oh yeah. Well,
It takes a bonus action for a shadowy blade.
yeah, that's right.
No, that's just to cast it.
I think you're right. I'm looking at it, and yeah, it's a bonus action to cast, but any other attacks that you do with it are normal. That's why it's at bonus, so you can attack with it the same round. So
Okay then.
yeah, and since no cantrips are a bonus, that's kind of your turn. So Azure, you are up.
I'm going to swing at the guy in front of me.
Okay. A hit.
And swing again.
Another hit. Oof.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, so Azure pulls out his greatsword and does two massive slashes across the creature's chest. It has massive wounds from this. It really looks to be in bad condition. Sylvia, you're up.
Oh, what am I gonna do? Tolling the dead might actually attract more.
Actually, at this point, I'm going to do one more thing. Hold on just a second. You reminded me. Mask mode. You can see into this upper room as far as there. You don't see or hear other creatures. So you think this might be it.
All right, I will. I guess I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the dude in front repeatedly. Okay.
Roll your damage first.
Okay. It'd help
Wait,
if I had him targeted.
there you go.
Okay.
He goes down.
And I'll say to the last one, y'all better lie down and surrender right this second. And that's the end of my turn.
You're not gonna. Okay. Okoro. Oh, by the way, you can move through ally squares. It's just treated as difficult terrain.
So moving here would be 25 feet then?
10 feet? Or sorry, 15. No. Difficult terrain is double movement, so the square that Azure is in is 10, and then moving to there is 15.
Okay. Uh, I say nasty things to this guy in Goblin, and just so my Goblin buddy can hear the insult. It's something about his brother and sticking trees where they don't belong.
Oh.
Okay, take your attack.
Alright. Bam.
That's a hit.
Flinging my warhammer at him.
That did massive damage, and he looks terrible.
Gotta continue the job.
Another hit. And he's dead. As much as I would like to continue, we are well past ending time for tonight. I thought the battle would actually go a little quicker. So anyways, I'm going to hit stop.